Hi, this is Reasons Are Several, a weekly not safe for work show where two dildos talk about every topic under the sun for an hour or less. I'm Matt. With me is Neil. Hi, Neil.
Hi, Matador. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I thought I'd just get out of the way right off the bat.
It's pretty good. I like dildo. I might be a little partial to like vibrator myself.
Well, next week. There's always next week.
And there are batteries to be had.
I wanted to, before we got underway, I wanted to just take a moment to wish a very heartfelt happy birthday to William Nuschler Clark Jr., who turns 54 today.
Very nice. the Thrill Will cult.
I was in D.C., took a trip this last weekend, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. I never slept in the same place twice. Oh, yeah.
I got the and you self-high-fived. I mean, Jesus, this is a whole masturbatory. Do you want me to leave? I mean, we're all you're good.
I could have done this all by myself.
You're going to have to like drop one-liners and then say, that was a good one, Matt. That was a good one.
I can insert that little crowd applause and laughter.
That would be awesome.
I was only there 3 nights.
You were getting after it.
Well, it turned into this like reunion tour because I hadn't. Well, it did. I hadn't seen a lot of these people in a lot of years, and I'll get to that. But first, I want to ask you: when you fly, what airline do you typically fly?
Usually American, because I'm American, Matt.
Keeping it real.
That's it. Making the airlines great again. MAGA.
MAGA. Make airlines great. Yeah, that still works.
Yeah.
Do you ever fly United?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Don't do it again.
Don't do it again. I'm not a fan.
I'm going to cost us our sponsorship, but they're fucking terrible. Like I don't know if I don't have, empirical data to back this up, but I swear to God, their rows are the most narrow rows you could possibly get without people, revolting.
Now, are you talking like the seat, like to the seat behind you, or the walking between
the aisles? Sorry. Okay. Like I'm sorry. The place where you're sitting.
The rows, the actual seat row.
Yes,
okay.
The rows. Right.
Because I thought maybe, because I know you're kind of athletic guy, so I didn't know if maybe you were like, I got to do a quick 40-yard dash right now.
Yeah.
And you were like banging people's heads and elbows, and you're like, fucking get these seats wider apart.
Right. Well, I like to do slow-mo lunges up and down the aisles during breaks,
but
they're not too fond of that anymore. In
Prison push-ups?
Post 9/11 days. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Do some super burpees right there in the aisle.
Yeah.
But they're not fond of that. But it's just shit. It's really I was not impressed. I normally fly Alaska, who's really good.
Europe, yeah. I think Heno's a big fan of Alaska as well.
Yeah, they're always rated the top or one of the top 2 airlines. They're always good. But United was just a bummer. I mean, I did it because I got a pretty cheap ticket, but I was in the window, and I go back and forth with this because I'm a fairly tall guy. But do you want to be on the aisle where you're getting bumped and prodded and poked everywhere, or do you want to be tucked away in the window, but then when you kind of almost get claustrophobic because you're jammed in there so hard?
That's somebody jammed you in there. Annalise is a big fan of the aisle, but she loves to complain about sitting on the aisle, and I'm always like, why? So which means I get stuck in the middle, which whatever. No. I like the aisle seat too. I don't like the window seat. But yeah, you have to be an aisle seat traveler to handle it and know it. And you have to know what to look for. You have to be aware of carts and people at all times. You can't be a leaner. You can't lean over to that side because
a leaner.
You're gonna be taken out.
Yes, for sure. You also can't be a deep sleeper because you might have to get up and let somebody out.
Well, I always, I will fall asleep for every now and then on a flight, especially when we do the Jamaica flight and we fly overnight. And I will tell the person on the window, hey, look, if I fall asleep, don't feel bad about waking me up because I'm not gonna try to stay awake for you.
Right.
So don't feel bad about waking me up. Just, give me a good, like if you need to wake me up, like just grab my junk and tug on it for like 500 times and then I'll know you need to go.
I was going to go with tickle my sides, but you went a little step further there.
Just give me a taint tattoo with your tongue and we're good to go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't have to go that bad. I'll wait.
Well, no, I don't either. We're both good.
Yeah, I told you the story about when I was flying long ago and I was in the aisle and fell asleep. Did I tell you the story?
I don't know.
So I fell asleep.
Tell me again.
It was like a cross-country flight. I fell asleep. And normally, if I ever fall asleep, I do the roll forward, like jerk yourself awake thing all the time.
Nice.
Because I'm so concerned about bothering anybody, right. I don't even put my seat back.
Oh, no.
So I'm sleeping in like a vertical
You got to roll
position.
that thing back.
Yeah, I know. So then and usually if I fall asleep, the latest I ever had woken up was on landing when the rush of the brakes pushed me forward and I woke up, which is great timing.
Right.
But one time I fell asleep and I woke up and the stewardess or flight attendant said, "Excuse me, sir, do you need to make a connection?" And I looked around me and the entire plane was empty.
Nice.
And I said, yeah, I do. Or I think I was in Chicago. I do need to make a connection. And how the fuck did these two people get out?
Yeah.
They had climbed over me. Why wouldn't you just wake me up?
They probably thought by shoving their crotch or their butt in your face, you would have, been like, oh, that's not normal. But you were like,
or maybe they thought I was dead.
They
didn't want to disturb me.
They're like, oh, Jesus.
Oh man.
That's good.
The other thing I noticed on the flight is, this was more on the flight home, but I don't know what else to call it, but old man mouth?
What?
It's a smell that permeates from old men.
Okay.
And you can tell it's like that. I don't know if it's coming out of their pores, but it seems like it's coming out of their mouth. And it's just this like combination of old musty trash heap. It's like were you
So wait a minute. What airline were you on? What was
Bob's Discount?
On? Yeah, I'm like, are you sure your wife just didn't drug you and drop you off at like some old folks home and you were just sitting on the couch watching Airplane and you're like, God, it stinks here.
Picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
That's right.
No, this is a smell you would not smell just at an airplane. It's just when you're in tight quarters like that, you're going to smell it even more. Like you're sitting there with your eyes closed, you're breathing through your nose, and you just keep smelling this waft of old man mouth is what I'm going to call it.
Oh, this is great.
It is disgusting. It's like, did a cat crawl up inside your throat and die? Or did you like drink from an unflushed toilet? I mean, what is it? Because it fucking reeks. It's not overpoweringly pungent like it's going to make you vomit, but it's just this stale, dead smell.
So how long and like, did you ask like the people around you? Were you like, does anyone else smell that?
Well, first I was trying to figure it out.
Oh, give me the seats. Like who was sitting where?
So I was in the window. There was a younger, tall guy who's probably like 6'3", 6'4" in the middle. Poor guy.
All right.
There was an older gentleman on the aisle. Could have been him.
Okay.
Could have been somebody behind me because I think there was someone older straight behind me.
All right.
And I don't know that there was anybody older in the row in front of me. So, but it could have been coming from anywhere. Probably the guy on the aisle, I guess. Any
way that it could have been you.
It was not me.
You sure?
Yes. I mean, I'm an old guy, and I'll get into more of that in a minute. But
all right.
But
you weren't stinking yourself.
I've never.
You weren't sour milk.
Emitted that
your
smell.
Breath, your own breath.
No, I don't think so. Pretty sure.
All right. Well, I have not experienced this smell on a plane, fortunately, yet. I have experienced
old man mouth.
Yeah, I have experienced the body odor on a plane.
Yeah, the body odor for sure.
Yeah.
And that's not fun either.
No, and
that's pretty consistent.
I've experienced like people bringing food on a plane.
Yep.
And the whole plane, I mean, it's not bad, but the whole plane now smells like freaking Wendy's or something. You're like, what is going on? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But look out for old man mouth. It's
I will definitely. I mean, it gets better than old lady crotch, but
well, I don't know.
I hope you never find out. Let me say that.
Let's do a side-by-side smell test.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I got into D.C. on Friday and went and met up with a buddy of mine, Jarrett, who lives in kind of in Northern Virginia, Alexandria area. And he and I went to high school together. And we got together when he was in Seattle about 10 years ago, but I don't
things didn't work out.
Well, either we didn't talk that long or we both forgot, which probably the latter, because we both agreed we have shit memories, and you've had that same issue as well, of course. But we just ended up doing like this 20-year reminisce over the course of whatever, like 8 hours, and just hammering IPAs.
Oh, no, I was going to ask if there were beverages involved.
Yes, it was one of those where he picked me up and he's like, "Do you need to eat or should we just go straight into the beer?"
Nice.
I was like, I should probably eat something. But he's got this really cool setup at his house. He's a musician and he also does a lot of engineering and stuff. And he's got a studio that he'd converted his garage into a huge studio. It's pretty sweet.
Nice.
So we had fun, out there listening to some music. And of course, what happens at the end of the night?
It's karaoke.
Of course.
Oh, are you serious?
It was exactly what happened on your deck, except for he recorded it.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, you gotta get rid of that.
I got to get my hands on that. I got to get a hold of your buddy Ned Jarrett and find out what's going on.
It was bad. Because he's sitting there, he's playing guitar to like try to match whatever song we want to sing.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there just belting it out.
Just freaking going for it.
But then he plays it back with just my voice isolated. I was like, oh God, that sounds horrible.
That's awesome.
With the music going with you and what it sounds like in your head, you think it's not that bad. Like it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I know my voice isn't good, but I'm like, with the music, it's not bad. Then you hear it solo and it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, it was pretty bad. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun. But, obviously drank too much.
Oh, did you? Were you feeling it the next day?
Feeling a little bit the next day.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
What IPAs were you guys slamming?
We had some freshly squeezed Deschutes because I always drink a lot of that. That's good stuff. We had something DC Brow, something or other.
All right.
It was more of a local, and then I can't remember the third one. And it's not because of that.
By then it didn't matter.
I just don't recall which one we bought.
Did you hear? This is just run me. Did you hear the quote? It was on the radio about the guy talking about politicians. It cracked me up. He said, he goes, Democrats are like Budweiser and Republicans are like Bud Light. And after you have a few, you can't really tell the difference.
That's true.
It's pretty good. So how was he feeling the next day? How was Dale feeling the next day?
Dale Jarrett was good. He was
Nice.
fine. He was a little bit slow. But
Yeah.
So, we were both a little sluggish.
A little foggy.
Yeah, exactly. But we had a lot of fun. So that was a good time. He also agreed to be a fill-in guest host sometime in the future.
Very nice.
So you might hear Jarrett on this show sometime. If you really care about seeing his studio, go to mynewmixtape.com.
mynewmixtape.com.
There you go. Check it out.
Right.
So the next day, I went back to my brother's, kind of hung out, and then we were going to a party. And I said earlier about old guy stuff, and I know you got old guy on your show.
I got at the Apple Store. Got old guy.
Neil's other show, Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, with his lovely wife Annalise.
Oh,
and
it is
of
a
course,
nice studio.
It is nice, huh?
Yeah.
halosandheathens.com as well. Go check them out. But yes, you kind of start getting a sense of your age sometimes when, for instance, like somebody who's not quite a peer, but in the same range, and who you were friends with back when I was in high school, he was in college, late college, he had his 50th birthday party.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, this is just really.
We're on the wrong side of life. I'm telling you.
It's not good.
No.
At one point he goes, if it's a hockey game, I'm in the third period. I was like, no, you're not. It's like late second, maybe intermission.
Yeah, it's tough. You just, yeah. Well, it's funny with the, Annalise and I doing the vlog and going on to Twitter to kind of find other vloggers and Pip, and everybody's freaking 18, 19, 20, maybe 23. And I watched a vlog today, and the girl's like, oh yeah, I'm 30, so I know I'm pretty old to be doing this. And I was like, oh, you don't even know, chicken head. You don't even know.
That's cool. Somebody's parents are doing a vlog.
Yeah, totally. Totally. They're like, why don't they ever talk about their kids? These guys are jerks. But yeah, we're on the wrong side, man.
Yeah, for sure. But it was another kind of reunion type thing because it was all these guys that I knew. Like I said, when I was in high school, my brother was in college. So I saw all these guys I hadn't seen since I was 17 years old. It's really jarring when you're like, last time I saw you was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember it.
Yeah.
So I was old enough.
Or you think you do. You remember the memory.
Sort of deal. There were some wild times in those college apartments. But yes, it was cool to see all those guys. We had a great time. And Ed, who turned 50, is looking pretty good. He's holding up well. But
yeah, we say that as we get older, think that they look good. But if we were 20, we'd be like, oh, shit, that's what happens when you turn 50? So what were you drinking that night?
That night I kept it pretty light. I was just drinking like lagers and stuff. I didn't hit it too heavy.
Any karaoke?
No karaoke that night, thankfully. No mics set up, which was good. But we decided to get a hotel near their house just so we didn't have to worry about getting back at the end of the night because my brother's way up kind of a northern part of DC.
Okay.
So we're like, let's just get a cheap motel. So we get this motel, and oh man, like I woke up. First of all, it smelled like.
Oh, let me guess, an old man mouth.
Kinda. You know when the hippies try to hide the BO with the patchouli oil?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't that, but a similar type of situation because many, many, many years of smoking in this hotel covered by heavy chemicals.
Gotcha.
So it was like a double blast of just, it was pretty brutal.
Of just nothing natural.
Nothing good, no. And so I wake up the next morning, and of course we lost an hour that night. So and we were at the party till like 2:30 or something.
Oh yeah, right.
50 be damned. We'll
That's
still
right,
rock until
man.
the late night hours.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this for at least another year because we won't be doing it again for that long.
Right. So of course 2:30 is 3:30 now.
Okay, yes, it is.
So we get back to the motel, go to sleep. I wake up, I don't know, around 9:30 or something, and I'm like, why is my brother watching Dr. Phil? Like to get up in the morning? What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
And I look up, TV's not on. It was next door.
Oh Jesus!
It was the fucking paper thin walls. Yeah, just terrible. Like
That's awesome.
You sneeze and somebody goes like, "I bless you."
Right. Yeah. Like It reminds me of that frickin' old timey hotel in Virginia City.
Oh yeah, right. You told that story. That's right. Exactly. Then the next day I had dinner with family, so I caught up with some family, so that was nice. We went to this German place, and it was delicious. And then headed back. So that was it. It was a fun trip. It was kind of a whirlwind because I was bouncing around everywhere and a lot of beverages, but it was a good time.
So some questions for you.
Oh, okay.
Do you bring
save them
stuff
till the end?
Yeah. Do you bring stuff back for the kids?
If I was a good father, yes.
So you didn't. All right.
No, my wife's really good about doing that. I always remember it way too late.
Even in the airport, like, oh, here's a decent key. But it's something.
It's like, here's your $54, what, stuffed animal? I mean, what am I gonna, there's nothing. I looked in the airport, there was nothing good.
Beer koozie.
I should have got shit from the duty free shop.
There you go.
here's a carton of cigarettes.
Carton of cigarettes and freaking some cheap vodka.
Right.
How about, do you bring anything back for your wife?
No.
Okay.
You're really making me feel like a lousy person.
I thought that was going to be a whole thing, a whole story in itself. I was opening it up the doors for you.
No.
Did you bring any lingerie back for yourself? Did you buy anything for yourself? No. I was in DC and
it was a low cost trip.
Nice.
It was keeping it, frugal.
Well, you finance guys.
I know, exactly. It wouldn't have been prudent to purchase anything in the airport.
No, that's true. So, did you eat on the plane?
No.
Okay.
You can't anymore. Well, if you do, you got to pay for it, and it's crap food.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they have hummus and pita chips.
I guess so. The only thing I ever eat on a plane is if we're going international, and you just have to eat something, and they actually give you food. Then it's like, okay, fine. I guess. Do you want the chicken or the pasta? It's always that.
Right.
And then you always regret it.
Whichever you get.
The pasta. Yeah.
Whichever you get, and if somebody next to you gets the other thing, you're like, that actually looks better.
Right. Or they give you that salad. That's the most ridiculous salad on earth. Like
I don't understand how an airline can dry out lettuce so much. Like, how does that happen? How do you make lettuce dry?
It probably sits somewhere in a freaking storage for 2 weeks.
Well,
in the bottom of one of those bags. It's a bag of lettuce, surely.
It's a bag of lettuce. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you saw your friends and had some singing and some recording.
Let him never release that. Jared, if you do that, I'll fucking kill you.
And some good old guy camaraderie pretending you're not that old. I think that's solid.
Right.
It's always
good.
But
with a hint of maybe what's to come because of smelling old man mouth. So.
Yeah, like
I think old man mouth might be the title of this episode.
Third period.
There's old man strength.
Yes.
This is old man mouth.
Old
so
man
the two
mouth.
go hand in hand.
You don't want. I'd give up the strength to give up the mouth.
I'd rather be weaker and have fresh breath.
You think it's like just nasty dentures, like food is caked in there?
Maybe. I don't know if it's food though. It feels like something died there long ago.
Yeah, probably their soul because they realize they're old now.
It could be. I don't know.
It's
anyway,
too funny.
Well, I just want to make a quick note. The NCAA tournament is coming up this week.
Hey Matt, take your time, bro. It's our show.
I know. Just moving things along.
You don't have to make a quick note. It could just be a note. It could be a leisurely note.
Next topic. Sorry, it's Neil and I were talking about trying to pull together a tournament.
We were. It was fabulous.
A tournament bracket pool, but since it was kind of, I don't know, we were trying to drag it together in the 11th hour. It just wasn't going to work. So I am going to participate in the Fourth Line podcast pool, which is on ESPN, Tournament Bracket Challenge, I think is what it's called. So if you want to join Neil and me and compete against us, you could go out there and join that. It's called the Fourth Line podcast. You should be able to find it on ESPN and on ESPN Fantasy, and I will share out a link to that a couple times.
Very nice.
So good luck. I won it last year.
You did.
You know what I won?
Close.
I don't remember. I think we did one of our own as well.
I think I was close on the other one.
I didn't win ours. I won the Fourth Line one.
Yeah. No. I think I was in second in ours.
That's what it was, maybe. Yeah.
Or third,
probably.
because then didn't it go? Or
I
was
think you're confusing the pools, the bowl
probably.
pool.
They're all. You know what? If you think
It's all
about
blending
it,
together.
we want everybody in the pool. That's
all right,
what I
everybody
say.
get in the fucking pool.
Everybody get in the pool. We've had enough to drink. It's cold out, but let's get in the pool anyway.
Cannonball. Anyway.
That's it.
So go check that out. I'll send out a link. Do you want to talk about racing?
On your beauty marks, it's time for the NASCAR Minute.
That's what that old guy's ass sounded like on the phone.
At least it wasn't his mouth. All right, Matador. Do you want beauty or body? I mean, beauty or NASCAR first?
Let's go NASCAR.
All right. Kevin Harvick has been dominating. 3 wins, 3 weeks. However, he did get all the points and privileges of the second win pulled away because apparently he had a broken bracket on his rear window or some such garbage like that. But who really cares when you think about it?
What a weird rule.
Yeah, and he's looking good maybe to win this week, so he might go 4 in a row.
By the way, in our fantasy league, Carl got all those Kevin Harvick points. And they don't remove them for fantasy.
No, they don't remove them from fantasy. Correct. And if you go back and look at this, it still says he finished first and was the winner.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, this is fantasy.
It is. It's Dear Mr. Fantasy. So that's all I got for NASCAR. What do you freaking do?
Good enough.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's get on to the beauty.
Let's get on. So this is just a kind of a public service announcement. This is just all over. I know springtime is coming.
I thought you were gonna say if you know an old man
with
halitosis,
shove a freaking mint tree in his mouth. So springtime's coming. You know, summer is right around the corner. Sun's gonna come out. People are gonna be out in the sun. Wear your sunscreen, people. It's important.
Very important.
And I know a lot of ladies who wear makeup. There's some sunscreen in some of their makeup, which is great. I know a lot of guys don't put sunscreen on their face because who knows what? Who knows why?
A lot of lotions. You should be daily moisturizing.
At least a 15.
A lot of those have SPF in them as well.
Yeah.
At least to get you some coverage.
Get some coverage. You don't want to be old wrinkled face guy. And maybe you don't care. Maybe you're like, I don't care. But you're not the one who has to look at your ugly face all the time. And guaranteed your personality isn't good enough to pull off that face. So moisturize with sunscreen. Cover yourself in the sun. Live a little longer. Live a little happier. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely.
Don't make me stare at that.
Definitely get the tops of those ears. That's
a
big.
And I got my one ear that sticks out.
Point.
So that one's always got to have sunscreen.
What is it called?
My what ear?
The what ear, okay.
Yeah.
I could it was the say what ear or the...
It's just what? So what? What? So there we go. Come on. Cover it up.
I forgot to say something to you.
Well, say it now.
Asian Palmer asked...
Asian Palmer?
Asian Palmer. Not to be confused with
He's
Asian Palmer.
Secret Asian man.
Asian Palmer says, why does it appear no one is at this race? Attendance looks horrible. What's going on with NASCAR attendance?
Well,
is it really bad this year?
The problem with this year is they had a bunch of the seats actually already removed because they're changing the configuration of the track. But it did look like there was nobody there, and it was actually a decent race. But then the ticket sales made it sound like they did really well. So I don't know what's going on. I think there's a little bit of the NFL garbage numbers going on.
Some PR spin?
I think so.
We sold this many tickets even though only this many showed up.
ISP or whatever it's called now. It used to be called PRI, and now I think it's called ISM. They're sinking millions of dollars to reconfigure part of the track and put all this new stuff in there. They say they're doing great as far as the NASCAR. I don't think they'd sink all the money in if it wasn't going well. So who knows?
Got to spend money to make money.
That's what you say.
Unless you're Toys R Us.
That's right. Nice. Doesn't go. It's poor Toys R Us.
Oh, we just had a panic this morning. We were like, do we still have gift cards, don't we? We need to get rid of those things. I think it might be too late. I don't know. We have to see, but it looks like Toys R Us might be facing certain doom here any minute.
As a little children, I was so in love with Toys R Us.
Mm-hmm.
It's so, I mean, just you walk in there again, talking about smells. You walk in there and just the smell of all that plastic. Oh, it was heaven. I remember one of my favorite times to go to Toys R Us, and I don't know who I was with. I'm hoping an adult. And I bought magic sand.
I hope an adult you knew.
Oh, I don't care about that. I just hope an adult that was gentle. I bought magic sand, and I thought it was the most glorious day ever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Toys R Us got a lot of memories. I mean, that's going way back.
Yeah, I want to be a Toys R Us kid.
We used to shoplift from them back in the day. It was great.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Didn't I tell you about our scheme there?
They got the best for so much less. You really flip your lid?
Yep. Good job. Good memory. We used to back in the pre-scanning days, we used to swap price tags.
Oh, there you go.
So they'd be like, why is this $50 product only $19.99? I don't know. You tell me.
You're like, yeah. I'm just a kid.
You got me. I just picked it up. It said $19.99 on it.
I got my $20. I'm just happy to be able to afford this.
Don't do that, kid. Don't steal kids. It's not nice.
Don't steal kids. No, don't do anything with kids that are not yours. Leave the kids alone.
Leave the kids alone. Steal products.
If you're going to steal something, steal like salt and pepper shakers.
Right. No harm there. Let's look back at some movies from February.
Neil's Rotten Tomatoes.
Still feel like I'm dropping a...
Splooging?
Yeah.
You're pooping.
No, I was going to say dropping a load.
Okay.
But it still doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't. None of it sounds good.
I was orgasming through my pee hole.
Oh. It sounds worse than it is.
No, that doesn't
sound explosive.
Pleasurable at all. How would you like that? Like your lady friend walks in and she's like, I really missed you while you were on vacation. And you're like, I missed you too, lady friend. And she goes, Matador, I want to make you orgasm through your pee hole.
I don't know. That's kind of a turnoff, but let's go ahead. We can do it.
I say you slip her a little note and say, maybe some sexy language in the bedroom from now on. This is what I like to hear.
Yeah, this pee hole is not going to do its own business. It needs help.
Pee hole
Please assist
won't
me with
orgasm
my
itself. Yeah.
So this is a segment where we run through movies we previewed back in January for the month of February. And Neil tries to guess the Rotten Tomato scores, and then I share some fun reviews.
I want to emit my coagulated love juice through my pee hole for you.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah. There you go. Try that later. Lady friend, come here.
That should be a bumper sticker right next to I have an honor student at, Lincoln Elementary.
Yeah.
People be like, whoa, what is that guy doing?
Yeah.
So Black Panther is the first one up.
Do we do critics first? Yeah.
Do critics first.
Critics first, 94.
97.
All right.
Audience?
96.
79.
Oh, because there's a lot of racist people. I totally forgot. Sorry. My bad.
Fucking assholes.
Yeah.
This has made a fuck ton of money.
Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, we talked about it. Oh,
just
my
messing
God,
with
motherfucker. I had an obstructed view, remember?
That's right.
This has made 562 domestic, 518 in Wakanda. Hey-oh!
Oh, Jesus.
1.08 billion overall, and it cost $200 million to make.
I believe they're going to have a BP too.
Well, and they could have had this one turn into 2 movies, and they would have made $2 billion. God damn it. Listen to me, people. Split it up.
Great.
Anyway, Black Panther elevates superhero cinema to thrilling new heights while telling one of the MCU's most absorbing stories and introducing some of its most fully realized characters.
Oh, you know it. I'm fully realized.
You realized it. So I got
like
some
to
bad
fully
reviews
realize my pee hole orgasm.
Oh, man. That is in contention with Old Man Mouth for show episode title. Our last episode was titled "Is Your Mother a Prostitute?" So maybe we should mix it back and forth.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard to find a worthwhile, and when I say worthwhile, we're looking for funny bad reviews. Since there were not that many negative reviews from critics, it was pretty overwhelmingly positive. So maybe the critics are less racist than the audience attending the movie. So I dipped into the audience review well.
I thought you were going to go for like some of the white nationalist, white supremacy sites. Because there's some pretty bad ones there.
I don't want to get quite that deep. And you don't really have to go that deep if you just look at audience reviews.
Oh, okay, let's do it. Well, freaking pee hole me.
I'm just going to mention one, although I think I might have 2 there. But those audience reviews are, I mean, they're no more than a Reddit message board or a fucking YouTube comment section. So you get some pretty terrible stuff. James M.
All right.
Fairly anonymous. He weighs in and says, the white boy dialogue was offensive. Would you be so tolerant of black boy dialogue? Oh, man.
Wow.
This is the, like,
yeah.
Hey, I'm French and nobody cares when people call me a frog. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not. Oh.
Right.
So there was also another one. Kyle W. said, the most overrated movie of our time. Next sentence, and I'm going to read this.
Oh, no.
RT is Noth Bit Pulson. I don't know what that. Was he having a stroke at the end of that? He's like, I'm fucking fired up. This was overrated. Like he just, keels over. He's sitting in a hospital now.
Wow. That's not good.
Violent reaction to the movie.
Most overrated of our time.
Of our time.
Wow. I'm
thinking, you sure about that?
Yeah. Apparently this person didn't read some of the other reviews that we've had about other movies because.
Exactly. I was actually starting to think maybe I should pull an audience review and a critic review for each movie going forward. I didn't do it this month, but maybe that would be interesting because the audience review is just batshit crazy.
That's probably, So I think that might be good.
Next up is Winchester.
Oh, yes.
This was like about toilets or something? What did you say it was about?
Probably. Who knows with me? Oh, wait, this had something to do about somebody's chest.
Is that what it was?
I don't remember.
I thought it was something to do with toilets.
It could have been.
Anyway, this what the real Winchester movie is about. What is the critic score?
Critics 58.
13.
Ooh, Jesus. Audience 31?
41.
Okay.
25 million domestic, nothing international. Only cost $3.5 million to make.
Yeah.
So,
they were hoping they were going to make money from the popcorn of just showing this in theaters.
Right, exactly. Like a grand staircase within the famous mansion that inspired it, Winchester appears poised to get a rise out of audiences, but ultimately leads nowhere.
Oh, bazinga.
Harsh. Liam Lacey of the original...
L squared.
Huh?
L squared.
L squared. He's from the original Sin, but C-I-N.
Oh, I like
tricky.
what he's done there.
There's one thing you can say for this ridiculous new horror. It finally acknowledges the right of ghosts to bear arms.
Oh, and buddy, there's no need to get mean with the ladies. You can just say lady. Wow.
Was this like an NRA funded movie and I'm not aware of it? Are they pushing a gun agenda in this movie?
It might be. It might be.
It's like the underlying message is if we outlaw guns, only ghosts will have guns.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the robots, Neil. It's the robots having guns. That's the problem. Anyway.
That is the problem.
There were a lot of fucking movie pun, like, this movie misfired. It shot itself in the foot. There was a lot of those. Anyway,
which
moving
are my
on.
favorite?
Annihilation. Natalie Portman, Oscar Isaac.
Yes. I think the critics gave it a 73.
87. Pretty strong.
The peeps gave it a 79.
67.
Okay.
26 domestic. Nothing international so far. Maybe that's going to go up. 26 total. So here's what I don't understand. I looked on Wikipedia. It says it costs $55 million gross, $40 million net to make. Well, they get some sort of tax incentive?
That doesn't make any sense.
If you guys make this movie, we will give you a $15 million tax break.
Yeah, make it
I don't
here.
understand that at all. Somebody who knows more than us. How does the net versus gross of a film cost work out? Maybe they sold off all the shit.
That could have been it. There you go.
I don't know. Annihilation backs up its sci-fi visual wonders and visceral genre thrills with an impressively ambitious and surprisingly strange exploration of challenging themes that should leave audiences pondering long after the end credits roll. That was a mouthful.
Wow.
Bad review. Ready? Rex Reed.
Oh,
New York
this
Observer.
freaking guy.
Always mad.
Nobody likes this guy.
Annihilation is a demented science fiction comic book of a movie that makes less sense than a butterfly mating with a buffalo.
Okay, I don't like him trying to be all punny and funny. He's not good at it.
No.
He's trying too hard, and he's got old man mouth.
He probably does have old man mouth. At this point, he's been around forever.
Damn it.
Oh, so saucy. Anyway, 3 more. The 1517 to Paris. This was the Pauly Shore helicopter movie.
That's right. This was pretty solid. The critics gave this an 81.
25.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh is right.
And the Peeps gave it a 62.
44.
Oh,
36 domestic, 17 international, 53 overall. Cost 30 to make, so they've made some money. The 15-17 to Paris pays clumsily. Let me see if I read that right. Pays clumsily well-intentioned tribute to an act of heroism, but by casting the real-life individuals involved, director Clint Eastwood fatally derails his own efforts. And that is a theme, by the way, of all these bad reviews, is that the script sucked, the people were playing themselves, and they're just not actors. And I guess there's just a fucking incredibly long build to the ultimate event that's comes across like people.
Much.
Well, it's like people showing you their fucking Europe photos and videos from their trip.
Right.
It's just boring, I guess.
Yeah.
Will, how would you pronounce that? Leitch? Leitch.
Sure.
Okay. He's from Paste Magazine. He says it's like watching butter melt at room temperature.
That's pretty good.
That is going to take a while. Yeah, they just said like the first hour it just drags.
Yeah.
So
obviously it's not a room in Alaska, an outdoor garage or anything like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They should have had the Pauly Shore movie, and then I think it would have fucking done
that movie
wonders.
is solid. I can't wait for you to see it.
Not boring, I'll tell you that.
No.
Who is it? Was it Meryl Streep was in charge or something?
It was. Yeah, we should go back. I should start writing these down. That wasn't the one that Pauly Shore played all the parts?
I don't think he played all the parts, but Meryl Streep was like the leader of Russia, and she was paying, and he was coming from Saudi Arabia, and I believe you said he had to get
that's
to
right.
Paris between 15 and 17 minutes.
Right. And I think you said 16.
Oh, man. Okay, two more. Driving While Black, that was the dark comedy where the guy's delivering pizzas and just getting harassed by the cops.
Right. Critics gave it 61.
57.
And the Peeps gave it, I want to say somewhere in the 60s, 68.
40.
Oh.
Now, I'll just skip ahead because I couldn't find any money, any synopsis, really hardly any reviews.
Oh, fair enough.
So I think this movie was not did not make the rounds as well as it was hoping to.
No.
I still kind of wanted to see it. It looked kind of funny, but finally, game night. This is Jason Bateman, Rachel McAdams, and they do a game night and shit just goes crazy wrong.
Right.
Shit gets real.
Critics 42.
82.
Oh.
Yeah.
People 64.
60. Is that like a tape, like that tape reverb effect? 84 for the audience. So those numbers on a comedy
movie.
mean it's a good movie. Yeah.
Wow.
It'd be easy for people to tear it apart. Made 45 domestic, 25 international, 70 overall, and cost 37 to make.
Man, that's a blockbuster.
Might be a game night 2 coming.
I would say.
With a talented cast turned loose on a loaded premise and a sharp script loaded with dark comedy and unexpected twists, game night might be more fun than the real thing. Well, it depends on who you're with.
Virtual pee hole orgasming.
Oh, man. Virtual. VPHO. Is penis hole one word or two?
No, I think you can take a liberty, whatever you want. How many now when you were growing up, did you think you'd be asking, is penis hole? I've really done something with my life. Is penis hole one word or two?
I kind of felt like that would happen.
Honey, can you come in here for a second?
Are you doing a crossword? No, not doing a crossword.
Just get one of the little ones. Hey, go ask mom if penis hole is one word or two.
And that's
I could just see the whole thing play out. Then you're like, no, it doesn't matter whose penis hole. It's just penis hole. Yeah, fine. It's my penis hole.
Right. There's not a W in it. It's just the hole. I read the synopsis. Sorry. Bad review. Eleanor Ringel Carter from the Saporta Report in Atlanta.
Eleanor Ringel.
She says this is all bottom feeder stuff aimed at people who feel cool because they know what the Independent Spirit Awards are or who watch TMZ more than they'd like to admit. Do you have a score to settle, Eleanor?
So this movie is for people that have interests and hobbies?
I don't know what she's mad. It sounds like she's channeling some
we're missing
angst at an X or something.
We're missing the truth. This is like, this food is just for people who like cheese and bread. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, they're
right.
totally allowed to. I don't understand why you're upset.
Oh man. Not to bring things to a down note, but I just want to say rest in peace to Craig Mack, who died. Yeah. He was a guy I was a big fan of back in the day, and if for anybody who doesn't know, our outro is a piece of Flavor in Your Ear by Craig Mack. So we've played that from our very first episode, I believe. We've played that as our outro. So rest in peace. He was like 46 or 47?
46, yeah.
Fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and it says died of natural causes. I was like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, his heart stopped.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Uh-huh.
So rest in peace, Craig Mack. Thank you for listening to our show.
Wait a minute.
What? You want to go out on something more positive?
This guy croaks, and you're not going to all of a sudden afterwards start talking about a podcast you were on or something? This guy gets more respect than poor little Zero.
Well, it's funny you mentioned pets because Craig Mack is the reason I named one of my cats. I named it after a Craig Mack lyric. There's a lyric where he says, "You're crazy like that glue." So I named my cat Glue.
Wow.
So,
I'm sure
that cat is no longer with us. That was his claim to fame.
That was it. He's like, oh, great. Yeah. Some white guy named his cat after me. Not even after me, after a lyric in a song.
Right.
Now,
exactly.
I would have been more impressed if it was your horse and you named him Glue.
Oh, that would have been a little. That's a little too close.
Old dad jokes. Woohoo, woo. How you doing,
buddy? You could name your cat like tennis racket string or something? Didn't they used to make tennis racket strings?
Or I forget what the bow for violin.
Oh, did that? Oh, man.
Was that catgut? No, I think that's horsehair also. No, right. Catgut, tennis, yeah.
As you're playing the bow.
Oh, that's too good.
Sorry. Anyway. Rest in peace, Glue.
R.I.P.G.
If you want to hear me on other podcasts, go check out now. Thank you for listening to our show. You can find us at reasonsareseveral.com. Go check us out on iTunes and Stitcher. Tweet at us at ReasonsAre and at AngelsFreak7 for Neil. Mm-hmm. Stole your line.
That's right.
You can also email us at reasonsareseveral@gmail.com. Don't forget to go join the Fourth Line Podcast Tournament Bracket Pool Extravaganza Wonder.
Gotta sign up now.
Do it. And we'll be back next week. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome for another great show.
Thanks. Thank you very much, Neil.